Imagine yourself in a scenario where your faith is constantly challenged, not by philosophical questions or personal dilemmas, but by an entire system that seems to conspire to silence it. This is the reality Mel Gibson and Jim Caviezel faced when they joined forces to create one of the most controversial and impactful films in history, The Passion of the Christ. But what happened behind the scenes of this production transcends cinema. It's a story of faith, sacrifice, and battling forces beyond human comprehension. Mel Gibson revealed in a recent interview unsettling details about the film's production. What he shared not only shed light on the challenges of being a Christian in Hollywood, but also posed a question that resonates with all of us. How far are we willing to go for our convictions? Jim Caviezel received a direct warning from Gibson. If you take this role, you will never work in this town again. These words were not just a professional caution, they were a premonition of what was to come. What Jim experienced during filming was so intense that he described it as an unprecedented spiritual and physical journey. Gibson, determined to tell the story of Jesus' final hours, faced refusals, criticism, and isolation. In a world where appearance is everything, he risked his career, reputation, and even his own money to bring this vision to life. But what drove him? And what did he encounter along the way that changed him forever? Hollywood, with all its glamour, is a place where secrets lurk in the shadows. For Gibson, every step of this journey revealed a relentless system. He likened the industry to a room full of whispers where everyone knows something you don't. "It's not personal," he once said. "It's just how the system works." But while many would give up in the face of so many barriers, Gibson pressed on. He did so because he believed in something greater. He wanted the world to see, in raw and real terms, the sacrifice of Jesus. And that's how he found Jim Caviezel, a man willing to bear that cross, literally. During filming, Caviezel faced challenges that bordered on the supernatural. Imagine being hung on a cross, enduring howling winds and biting cold, feeling every fiber of your being tested. He recounted a moment when he felt his soul leave his body as if he were observing everything from above. "It wasn't me there," he explained. "It was something greater." But what did he see in that instant? And how did it transform his life forever? The Bible says in Matthew 10:38, "Whoever does not take up their cross and follow me is not worthy of me." Caviezel didn't just portray these words, he lived them. His decision to take the role wasn't just professional, it was spiritual. He knew he was stepping into dangerous territory, but he also knew he was answering a higher calling. When the movie was released, the impact was monumental. The Passion of the Christ grossed over $600 million, but the real cost was much higher. Caviezel saw doors close. The industry, which once saw him as a rising star, now viewed him as a risk. Gibson also faced relentless attacks, but for both of them, the sacrifice was worth it. Gibson reflected, "I wanted to show the cost of sacrifice, not just for the audience, but for all of us." And that's exactly what he did. The movie wasn't just a cinematic work, it was an experience that changed lives, both on and off the screen. Which brings us to a crucial question. If you were in Caviezel's place, would you take up that cross? Would you be willing to sacrifice your career, reputation, and even relationships to stay true to your faith? This story isn't just about a film. It's about choices, about courage, about unwavering faith in a world that often rejects it. Caviezel and Gibson remind us that following Christ isn't easy, but it's transformative. They challenge us to reflect on our own lives and what we're willing to sacrifice for what we believe. And you? What are you willing to risk? Share in the comments how this story inspired you. And remember, sacrifice may be hard, but the rewards are eternal. This was the powerful story behind the Passion of the Christ, a tale that challenges us to reflect on faith, sacrifice, and purpose. The journey of Jim Caviezel and Mel Gibson is a potent reminder that following the truth isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. What can we learn from their example? Are we willing to carry our crosses and face adversity with the same determination? What did you think of this story? Share your opinion in the comments. Your voice is very important to us. And don't stop here. On our channel, we have many other emotional stories and profound reflections that will touch your heart and strengthen your faith. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, take this opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Together, let's bring this story and many others to as many people as possible. See you in the next video.